This is Algebra 2, Unit 5, Lesson 4, the rest of the notes on the arithmetic series. Okay, just to review the formula for the arithmetic series. The arithmetic series formula is S of n. Basically, it's the sum of a arithmetic sequence going up is equal to n divided by 2, n is the number of terms in the sequence, times the first term plus the last term. Okay, so this is the number of terms. This is the first term. This is the last term, and whatever the sequence has to be. Okay, so we left off on letter D. That's what we're going to look at for this one. All right, so the sum of 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus ... plus 77. Basically, if we were to add up the terms of the sequence from 5 to 77, what do we get? All right, so we need to know, first of all, how many terms that we're adding up together. Okay, so we need to know what n is for this problem. All right, so we know from this, we don't know what the number here is going to be, and we need to know what n is. We do know the first term is going to be 5. All right, what we need to know is we need to know a of n. All right, now since this is an arithmetic sequence, we can use the arithmetic sequence formula. A of n equals a1 plus n minus 1 times d. The arithmetic sequence, remember, is adding terms. Now, what are we adding every single time here? We're adding 3. Okay, so d is going to be 3. All right, and then a of n is going to equal, is going to equal 77, because that's the term that we're looking for. Because we need to know what n is. So we know the 77th term is equal to a1, which is 5, plus n minus 1 times 3. All right, let's solve this for n. 77 equals 5 plus, distribute here, 3n minus 3. 77 is equal to 3n plus 2. And I subtract the 2, I get 3n equals 75. So n will equal 25. All right, so plugging this in, I'm actually looking for the 25th term of the sequence. So I know this is going to be 25 divided by 2 times the first term plus the last term, which is 77. So in order to figure this out, I had to figure out what the 77th term sequence, what number term that is. Okay, now once you get that, all you have to do is work this out. S of 25, 25 divided by 2 is 12.5 times 82. And if I grab my calculator, 12.5 times 82 is 1025. Or you can just enter it in your calculator as you see it. So S of 25 is going to equal 1025. So the sum of the first 25 terms of this sequence from 5 to 77 is going to be 1025 if you added all these up, going up by 3. All right, so a lot of times when you do these, you may have to use the arithmetic sequence formula to figure out some part of the rest of the terms. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. All right, Kirk has set up a college savings account for his son Maxwell. If Kirk deposits $100 per month in an account, increase the amount he deposits by $10 per month each month, and how much will be in the account after 10 years? Okay, so we need to figure out how many times he's going to deposit. If he does 10 per month for 10 years, how many months is that? Well, let's see. That would be 10 years, so that would be n, would be times, 12 months a year. So that means he's going to have 120 deposits overall. So if we are doing the summation of all those deposits, he's going to make 120 deposits all over. All right, so it's going to be S of 120, so we know that. All right, so the first month, how much is in the account? He's going to deposit A1 is going to be 100 because that's going to be his first deposit. Okay. Oops, wrong place, didn't I? All right, so it would be over here. This would be 100. Okay. Now, what do we need to know? We have to know how many deposits he's going to have. So again, this is going to be 120 divided by 2. So he's going to have 120 deposits overall. So now what we need to know is, what is the 120th deposit? All right, we have to know what the last term is going to be. So using the arithmetic sequence formula again, A of n equals A1 plus n minus 1 times d, we want to figure out what A of 120 is going to be. All right, so A1 we said was going to be 100. And if you're going to the 120th term from the first term, how many times are you going to add? You're going to add it 119 times, right? Yeah, because it's always going to be one less. And then you're going to add $100, excuse me, not $100 a month, $10 a month. Sorry about that. $10 a month, 119 times, because it's always going to be one less. You start at the first term, you're going to add 119 more. All right, so if I figure that out, that means my 120th term of the sequence will be 100 plus 119 times 10. 100 plus 119 times 10 is $1,290. So that means in the last month, he's going to deposit $1,290. Okay, so now all I have to do is pop this in my calculator to figure out what the sum is going to be. 120 divided by 2 is going to be 60 times 1,390. So if I grab my calculator, 60 times 1,390 is going to be 83,400. So when I add up all his deposits in his account, he should have $83,400 after 10 years. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky when you do these, because you have to remember that you have to use the arithmetic sequence formula to find the parts of the arithmetic series formula. So be very careful with that. Make sure that you know the sequence formula as well as the series formula, because you can use them back to back to figure out the other terms. Okay, so that's about all I have on this lesson. You can start your homework now.